So before beginning, if they like this kind of content, what can people do?
Hit that bell for notifications. Subscribe. Check out my comment. It's a case of it's all about me. It will give you amazing dreams and dinosaur pets.
Dinosaur pets? What kind of dinosaur pet?
Anytime you want.
Anytime you want. Wow. And have you checked out these pictures here? This is the deposition of the littlest umbrella.
Uh-huh. And she says, I don't want apple. And it's, how about this before?
How about this form? Yeah. And we have other pictures too. Do you like these?
I am give you amazing dreams. Give you bunny rabbit pet.
Bunny rabbit pets. Wow. All right. More on that at the end of the video. So when is a dance not a dance? Now, at one time, that would have seemed like an interesting enigma that you might want to put a snarky comment on. You might want to think about, read a few comments yourself, and then ultimately you would go along your merry way. These days, however, it's part of a bigger question. And that bigger question is, how many holes can you find in stories before you start questioning the reality of it? You know, when you go along, what makes something real? And well, when you see enough flaws and enough issues, when do you throw something out and say, yeah, this isn't right? Hey there. So today we are talking about, well, the case we talk about. I talk about this thing a lot. I think it actually has merit, and it's something, if you don't know about, you need to catch up on. Why? Because, well, it's the best show on right now. Not only that, but there are things like what I'm going to discuss here that showcase people doing terrible things. I mean, when you look at what we're discussing here, for example, this is about a larger narrative. This larger narrative, this is an email that was sent. You know, this is in a court filing here, and you can see in this it's talking about Vic Mignogna. Now, the way that this stuff is cast, it makes it seem dark and dubious. And in fact, when this is discussed online, it'll become exactly that. You know, the dance that, well, it's seductive, but it becomes more. And well, she knew this too. She definitely knew it. So let's see this dance. Here's a video of it starting. Now, you can already see this guy, he's getting up here. She is initiated. She will actually go through. Look, initiation, bam, him up. Yep, there he goes. And they go. Now, people make a deal of the way that she's pushing away here, the way her face is, because, she's disturbed by all of this. I mean, you see the way her face is there, even though she's smiling. She's smiling through inner frowns, I suppose. Man, such a terrible, terrible thing. You see the way it comes together all the way around? And, well, they're talking to each other here. It looks like they're having a good time. And there's other footage of them laughing together and on. So you see this. Again, man, this spin, ultimately, it will become this. You have a comment here, but she initiated the dance, like we talked about. Yes, but he did grab her and pull her closer than she volunteered. Now, maybe, just maybe, you haven't danced. Maybe you don't know how that works. But yeah, that's how you initiate that. But continue. You can see her discomfort, but the fans cheer, so she plays along. Her discomfort there. I mean, the smiles again. They really reflect that, right? You can also see that she is keeping her face turned away from him. Women know that particular instinct very well. She's keeping her face turned away. That's how that kind of dance works, you know. You actually, man, this kind of stuff. But she answers in this. I'm sorry to keep this going, guys. This is the first accurate depiction of that video that I've seen, and it made me cry. What other tripe? Now, we get other spins on this, too. I mean, we get other ones, but that's the best. Still, you're going to see a evolving narrative that, well, depending on which day you pick it up, it's either going to be the video or it's not going to be the video. Here, the video everyone spent the evening dissecting is not mentioned in my affidavit. It was filmed 2 years prior to the incident I reported to the head of guest relations. This is the last time I'll address this. It's my story. It doesn't have to be used to hurt anyone else. Okay, so that's not the video, right? This is not the video. Only it is the video. Here, you realize I didn't lie, right? Like, okay, let's hyper-focus. He does grab me seductively, like it's right there for us all to see. So it is the video, but, you don't understand the video, because, again, you don't understand because, accurate versus not accurate depiction. I feel like I'm watching something that other people are not watching. I mean, that's how unclear the spin becomes. But hey, you also see other statements that are broken down. Here, you see another con mentioned. I remember that Manana next dropped to his knee and started rubbing my thighs and buttocks. In a creepy, seductive voice, he says, "Let me be sweet to you." I will never forget what he said as long as I live because it was so disturbing and creepy. I remember feeling completely frozen and terrified. So you have pictures here. You have the way that this is set up, and this is feeling frozen. This is feeling terrified. This kind of stuff wasn't a problem at one time until it was. I really want you to think about that too. How many people did you see that were great friends in all of this? They actually seemed to really like Manana. They posted about what a great guy he was until January 2019. When January 2019 kicked off, everything's changed. You see all of this switch up. Suddenly, people were mortified of the guy, even though they spent years paneling with him. They spent time, talking about how great of a guy he was, what they would do, how they would get together, how relaxed they would be and on. Yeah. That didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. I mean, all of this stuff, really, it was about biting your tongue and, trying to keep everything down. Even though you see statements like this, too. Florida bound for. Can't wait to see my pals, Kyle and Vic, and hang with the coolest anime fans around. So I can't wait to see all those pals out there, even though I was horrified. For those who may be blocked too, I knew this was coming, so I invite you to read my affidavit. This video was prior to the incident in 2008. At this moment, I had no idea what would happen hours later. Are there playful videos after this show, or do I seem stressed? So again, you have statements like this that end up with, again, statements like this. So they contradict each other. We have contradiction everywhere in this. Props to Perception Chick, props to other people out there that have pulled up stuff like SG Sammy. I mean, we have people all over the place that have been covering this and talking about the issues here. And I swear, when you look at all of this stuff together, you start seeing a problem and you start seeing a reoccurring theme. Everyone was okay with somebody. Everyone was a good pal, and you thought this stuff would go on forever. Until. And when that until hit, the floodgates opened and outpoured all of this stuff, spewing venom and vile at one person. Now, what do you believe in that? I mean, what do you think all of that means? Let me know. Let me know what you think about this, too. I mean, when you see that, do you see a horrified person? Do you see what we're talking about here? Or do you see something else? Because for the life of me, I cannot see things like this person is describing. They get a lot of likes on Twitter for it. They get a lot of that current year clap. But, I can't see it. So can you? I'm wondering, can you? Let me know what you think about that. Like this content and want to support the channel? Well, there's a few ways to do so. There are links in the description, Patreon, PayPal, and this, Case of the Littlest Umbrella. You look at the numbers to it too. I mean, the numbers, they do not lie. We have had an overwhelming reaction to this, and it hasn't stopped yet. It's in demand right now, but when it's out, it's out. This has 2 comic books attached to it. One message with that, we can defy gatekeepers. We do not have to listen to the people that say you have to abide by what we say or else. 1,791 people have backed. You look at the numbers there. We can definitely do something and do something right. Also, let me know what you think about this topic. I'm curious exactly how that sits with you. I mean, when you look at what's said here, when you look at that video, what does that say? Pro or con, you don't have to agree with me there. Also, closing, I want to thank you for showing up. There are many people out there that are forgetting who empowers their endeavors. This is something that has annoyed me across all the escapist platforms, be that games, be that comics, be that anything out there. It's annoying to know because it's not the people who put it together that empower it. It's the people who decide, yeah, this is worth backing. So anyhow, let me know what you think about this stuff. And closing, thank you. I appreciate you, and we'll do it again soon. Thanks.